Welcome to another little podcast. It's been a while. Probably over 4 weeks actually since our podcast last. Thank you for coming to join me, and I hope all is well with you. So, since our last podcast, we have had a short break, had a little holiday, which was lovely, and back to a really busy week, which I'll explain in a moment, and some new designs. So this is Howard the Wren. So if you've read our Foxglove Chronicles, you know there is Howard the Wren and Clara, and this is our little wren pattern. So we were hoping actually to get this up last week, but since coming back from holiday, we have been so busy working on Christmas boxes because we wanted to get the 24-day Advent out before the implementation of the new tariffs. So we weren't able to unfortunately get out any more than that, but I know from your messages that you've received it, and absolutely no peeking. I didn't actually write no peeking on the label this time, but if anyone looks, great disapproval from Sherry if you look. And actually I was going to talk about it in a minute, but I'll talk about it now. We are so happy to resume shipping to the US after briefly having paused taking US orders while changes to import procedures took effect and the implementation of the new United States tariffs. So now for US customers, your postage fee, so when you go to checkout, your postage fee will also cover the new import tariff. So you will see a slight rise to the shipping, but that's because the import duty to the US is prepaid. So hooray, basically. That was a bit of a stressful time. And as I said, we managed to get the Advents out to you so that there was no extra tariff to be paid. Obviously, it's beyond our control, but any orders now sent you, any of your Christmas parcels, there will be an additional around 10%. We're sort of picking up the handling fee, etc., but I will message you about that. So do not worry about your Christmas orders. You will get them. And for our lovely European customers, we have not forgotten you. We are hopefully going to reopen shipping to Europe next week, fingers crossed. I know lots of you have been messaging saying, why can't I order from France or, Germany, Netherlands? You will be able to soon, promise. We are working really hard to get that up and running again. So pleased that that's all sorted out now. Back to Howard, who, brief spoiler, makes a brief appearance in the Foxglove Advent story this year. So this is our new wren pattern. This is in the more traditional colours you would expect of a wren, but we also do another one with exactly the same pattern but different colours. So we've got some green in there and some aubergine, a little bit of ochre. So it's a bit more of a leap in that it's not an actual wren colourway, but obviously it's still the wren, but it's more sort of an autumnal colourway. There is also going to be a robin pattern coming up in the next few days as well. But yeah, we're really excited about them. And they all come with our hand-dyed threads. So these are slightly thicker threads than you're potentially used to using. If you've had our hand-dyed threads before, this is our BFL silk base, which I love stitching with it. You will need a bigger eye for your needle, but it just gives such a lovely texture. I just think it fits really well with nature stitching, really. So as I said, this is more of a traditional one. So you will get your pattern, your threads, instructions. Although I will say, I don't suggest that you use this colour. So I, for example, use this colour for the beak and this colour for just the top of the beak. You might decide to give this colour for the beak. I don't say use this colour for this, or because I think that's the whole point of these, that they're going to be completely unique to you. I also add extra stitches in when I'm doing it, so you'll get the pattern. But if you think, oh, I want to put a few stitches in there, which kind of gives a bit of energy to the stitch, do it. That's the whole point. So they are patterns, but they're almost like a starting point for you. So you might do these colours completely differently to me, and that's lovely. So actually looking at this, I think I'm going to put a few more little French knots in there and maybe a couple of little tiny stitches in the bottom as well. Also, when you take your embroidery out of your frame, if you don't know how to do it, you will have this mark. What I normally do is turn it over, and I will just give it a water spray around the edge, and then make sure that you put your embroidery face down onto a lovely fluffy towel before you iron it, because what will happen is your stitches, all your lovely French knots and all of your stitching will sink into the towel, so you won't flatten all of your stitches, and then it will be pressed sort of looking like this. So what have we been up to since the last podcast? I think I showed you our autumn box, which is, I've only got some of it here, but these are the hand-dyed threads that I've used here on the, this is the little stitch that you get in your box. If I'm absolutely honest, I can't remember, but I think the box pouches, these are the box pouches. This is beautiful Liberty of London. Oh, absolutely love this fabric. I think the box pouches come with the yarn boxes, and I think both you can add on these beautiful little notions pouches with little hand sewn tabs, and there are also some needle books with, I think, that comes with the stitch. All the details are on the listing. Now, it has sold out a couple of times, so if you go there because you want to buy it and it's not on sale, it has been on pre-order, it will be going back up again. We are still shipping them, so if you are waiting for yours, it is on its way, I promise you. We've just had so many orders. It's not a full autumn box, it's called To Autumn. It's kind of looking to autumn. You know, you've got these lovely autumnal colours without being a full autumn box, which I think that's just really appealed. So this is the stitch. Now this one, you can see this is my one because I put it onto, this is on vintage linen in the box, and my one has, it's an old French linen that's been mended. So I didn't put, yours won't look like this, you've got a plain bit, but look at that, where it's all been mended, and I've unpicked it and used it for my one. I love that. So the other things that have gone in the shop since the podcast is there is a new Moments collection up, which I know many of you have been collecting. That's called Nostalgia, and that's available hand-dyed yarns and hand-dyed minis, and that comes with, you can add on a box pouch for the yarn, and the minis come with a little needle book. And there's also a new Inspired by Liberty club, which is beautiful. Yes, that's called Dahlia Grace, absolutely beautiful. And again, you have the option with the minis to add on a box pouch and I believe a needle book. So yeah, thank you for your love of them all, and we are getting them out to you as soon as we can. Thank you for your patience. We've got lots of things planned which we're really excited about. Back to the wren again. Also, sometimes when you get these, you may have, I leave these seams on for your stitching because I think it adds interest. I found the threads. So these are the traditional threads that I've used here, and these are the kind of autumnal ones that we've done. So if you would like to stitch the wren up but with different colours, because obviously it's floral, so it would work really nicely. So I thought I would show you those. I'm just about to start stitching a robin. I'll show you those colours too, but I'm just going to, we've got a new floral bouquet. So if you know our floral edit, it's a collection inspired by all things floral, and this is our latest one, which is in the shop now, and it is inspired by lavender. So let me get you the lavender. This is the lavender from my garden at the moment, so it's a bit wet actually because it's in water, but you can see you've got the darker colours where it's going, and you've still got these flashes of the bright colour, but you've also got this brown. So we've incorporated that all into here. So you've got the really bright for when it's in full flower, and this from my garden also kind of inspired this. So I hope you love it. So that is Lavender Bouquet, and that is in the shop now, and that is on our sock base. So that is a 100-gram skein and 5 minis. Hope you love that. And the last thing I wanted to show you, put my lavender back in water. The last thing I was going to show you is my little robin. So this is the robin. So if you have, again, this is on, look, it's got all that lovely edging. This is my one. It's a bit wonky. If you have ordered our 24-day advent, this little pattern is already in there for you, but the colours that I'm just about to show you will be different because you obviously have the advent colours, which are the threads. This is for the thread advent, which are exclusive to the advent, so you will not have these colours. I hope you love that. But these are the colours. So again, this robin, this will be on sale in a couple of days. It comes in 2 different colourways. So each set, like the wren, will come with 5 hand-dyed threads. And these are kind of more traditional robin colours. You know, you've got your sort of, you've got red and your greys, and we put a bit of ochre in there for fun. So I'm going to do, all the flowers around here are going to be in this colour. And this is the joy of these patterns. You can absolutely just put whatever colours you want wherever you want it. But it also comes in, there's another set of threads which are sort of pinks and some greys and some dusty. It's more of a sort of dusty autumnal vibe. So again, this is a more traditional one, which I'm going to start stitching again now. Yeah, happy stitching, happy whatever you're doing. I wish you a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for coming to spend time with me. I'm going to start off with this red actually. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Do let me know what you're up to, what you're reading. Oh, so Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I don't know if that means anything to you. I got a copy of it for Christmas. Oh goodness, probably 3 or 4 years ago now, when it very first came out. And it was bought for me by a lovely friend who's no longer with us, Jodie, bought it for me. We used to do a little swap of presents at Christmas time. And she bought me that, and I read it in a couple of days over Christmas, and I loved it. Anyway, that is on, I think it's gone on, is it Netflix or Amazon? I can't remember, but Thursday Murder Club, I should be watching this weekend. Also, have I shown you this? I think I've shown you this before. This is my, I'm just sitting looking at it, my little pin cushion. This is made for me by my lovely friend Patty. Look at that. Look at the bottom. Absolutely treasure this, Patty, if you're watching. Yeah, so happy whatever you're going to watch or read or do, or wherever you go to walk. I wish you a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. Also, back again, I meant to say, if you're one of our lovely patrons, there will be there's going to be a little video going up, and also the alphabet book that I'm doing for my grandchildren. You've had the A and the S for September will be going on there soon. Yeah, so I hope you love that. And if you're interested in any of our Christmas products, I will put them on the new and featured part of the website. So that's where we put anything, obviously anything that's new, but also anything that I've been talking about. So thank you. I'm really gone this time. Happy weekend.